Hello, so the focus of this video is to how can we manage the consistency which is required in the UPSC civil services examination, and I will try to have a mix of Hindi and English so that we can reach out to the maximum people. And so the thing is it becomes an issue during the UPSC examination के कुछ दिन तक पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है और that we are not able to kind of perform as per the expectations or as the plan that we have decided. So that happens, and so the question comes that how can you maintain the consistency. But before coming to the answer of this thing, I want to clarify certain things, that what is not consistency in this examination and what kind of wrong notions that we are having regarding this examination. तो पहली चीज़ तो ये है कि देर इज़ अ परसेप्शन के यूपीएससी फॉर डेली वी नीड टू स्टडी 10 hours or 12 hours, and this is only way. I think that measuring the study in the terms of hour is in itself is a unsustainable idea, and it will be a recipe for failure, because if you are kind of measuring things in an hour, means it kind of reflects that you're not that much interested in it. Or I'm not saying that you will be one day interested in the study and whole day you will be studying. That does not happen. That does not happen with me. But if you start measuring in terms of an hours, then in itself is creates a kind of a negative notion in ourselves. So I would say please avoid that. Second thing, that there is a perception कि consistency means कि we need to isolate ourselves from the society, we need to isolate ourselves from the family and even from the friends. So these kind of things are there, but some certain portion of it is required. There's no doubt about it. We can't have the lifestyle of our college mates or colleagues who must be engaged in their regular employment or somewhere else. You can't have that kind of lifestyle, because you can't party on a daily basis, because partying is okay, but the retreating back from the party in the next day and coming to the normal stage in itself become an issue, and concentration gets affected. So I would not suggest that you should have the lifestyle that you used to have during the college days. I think that will not work. But at the same time, I think that being connected with the family, being connected with the with the family members somehow provides you a kind of emotional ventilation that is required in the process, because it becomes a cumbersome journey and you need family members to discuss it and be open about it. I don't know, you must be having some friend, but the managing and becoming the you can't be that much open with the people. But if you have someone like that, then it's okay. But I just personally think that family is a best space to open up and to have an emotional ventilation somehow that is needed. Then comes the thing there isn't one major issue that we notice during the UPSC preparation, that there comes a phases when we become kind of a low. There may be a week or two that we are not performing as we expected. So my suggestion is this is very normal, and it happens with everyone, because there are dull phases. It's UPSC is a long journey, and there will be a phases when you will be not you kind of will not be performing as per your expectation. So, and my suggestion is it's okay to have a failures during the UPSC journey. It's okay. By failure I mean the plan that you have decided, you are not able to implement it. It's perfectly fine, it happens. And you need, during the whole journey, for maintaining the consistency, you need to learn to manage the failures. You need to learn, if you have not performed last day as per your expectation, it's okay, it's perfectly fine, let's put little more effort. Failures will be your kind of the best teachers during the whole journey. Failures will be a kind of a motivator, kind of a push that you need during this journey. So embrace the failures, learn from the failures, and then try to build up on that on the next day. This is how the process, and this is how this whole process goes. Now the thing comes that there will be a time, like there will be a time when many of you must have experienced, there are days or where you are not in the mood or the emotional state to work or to study. So I suggest, if you are not in the emotional states, it's perfectly fine, but two three things that you can do, and I always try to do that whenever I'm not having that much fruitful day. Read a newspaper. It in itself is a very good source to keep you connected, to embellish your resources, to enrich your content, to develop a regular thinking build up that is needed, and evolution that is needed. So read the newspaper. That is then in that in itself is a complete recipe or a meal for the day, which is required for the UPSC examination. So ensure that at least newspaper is completed. It is a 2 hours or 1 hour, 1.5 hour thing. Secondly, if you're not in a mood, try to develop yourself and evolve yourself in a person who enjoy the, like if you watch liking content on a YouTube or like watching movies or web series, then develop an interest in those areas where it will also be helpful in your UPSC journey. Like you can watch some good documentaries, you can watch some good web series that somehow helps you in building up ideas and developing your imagination. Secondly, many of us have an issue regarding the vocabulary development, having the proper English, and so it somehow becomes an issue. And overall personality development also becomes better if we have a better communication skills. So, and communication skills are in itself skills. So if there are skills, then these can be learned. And if you have a free time, whenever you are not in the mood to study, then please invest time there. Watch some good documentaries, watch some good web series. I am a kind of a fan of watching web series. So I would suggest it kind of helps, and somehow at the end of a day you can utilize these contents in your essays and ethics answers, and it works and somehow develops a good connect with the examiner as well. If you have if you have watched something good, like the one good documentary is on Chernobyl. So how the Chernobyl disaster evolved, how what is the reason behind it's happening, what are its connection with the leadership quality that was needed in the chief engineers, how the Russia or USSR that time managed these things. So what kind of leadership was needed, and what they expect, what they actually did, that kind of thing. You can always write in these things in an essay. Similar, there are a number of documentaries and movies or content like Oppenheimer movie, you know. So please watch. Even I'm not saying always you will in a mood to watch such educational or kind of a movie. So if you like watching junk, then it's okay to have some days to watch that junk as well. It's perfectly fine. So, but ensure that you learn something, you get something, or at that, if you're not getting something, at least getting enjoyment properly. So that's a need. So my overall suggestion is, it's okay to have a breaks, it's okay to have a days when you are not performing well. It's perfectly fine. It's a long term thing. If you are consistent, means you are in the mode of the building up thing. You are in the mode that you start believing in the perseverance, you start believing in the discipline. So that kind of things develop. That is the consistency for me. Second thing I think that somehow helps is in the mental consistency is that whatever things which you want to manage in a life, it's always better if you can't manage things which you can't measure. So if you can measure things, it somehow helps in managing them. Like, start developing at the end of a day, start write down the what all things that you have completed. These notes are not, these note making at the end of a day about your work done is not about self-harming or just humiliating yourself. It's like, these are the things that I completed. I accept that I was not able to do as I decided, but let's build upon it and let's try to improve on it. Okay. Secondly, one thing that I think does not work, and many of us do, is making an hourly kind of a timetable. From 1 to 2 I will do this, 2 to 3 I will this, and this does not work. And I think we are not machines, we are human beings. We maybe between the timetable that you have, the packed schedule that you have decided, you will not be even in the emotional state or a mindset to implement it. So it is a kind of a, basically such timetables are recipe for frustration. And so decide the work that you need to do. Then since when you wake up till when you sleep, these are the things that I need to complete. And let's ensure that I manage these things in a limited time that I have. So the question comes that how can we have a discipline, how can we have a discipline that is the foundation of any consistency that we want to have. So I think that I haven't find many people who are so much enthusiastic about studying. Okay, today I want to study and I want to invest wholly, because it is a kind of enervating thing. It demands a lot of attention. So there is a high possibility that we deviate and we somehow becomes discouraged about we about studying. So for maintaining the discipline regarding the study, I think if you are disciplined in your lifestyle, then it also some start reflecting in your studies. Like if you start managing other aspects of your life, like when do you have, when do you want to have a meal, when you want to have a break, when you want to play or do meditation, yoga, whatever you do. So if you have decided timetable for these things, then the rest of the time will be the slot for study. So develop yourself as a disciplined person instead of developing yourself or disciplining yourself for studies. If you start disciplining yourself for only studies, then it will become a boring thing, and I don't think it will work out. So be a disciplined guy, try to be try to have a disciplined lifestyle, okay, as much as possible, because nobody is perfectly disciplined. We regularly get deviated from it, regularly get distracted from it. But if you have a tendency to keep an eye on yourself, that somehow some you regularly will bounce back on a disciplined lifestyle. So then next thing that comes to my mind is ke sometimes I think it happens with you as well, it happens with me. Sometimes we, when we start studying, we are not able to concentrate too much, okay. So the concentration itself become the book is open, we are there on a table and desk, but the studying thing, the we are not getting anything, we are not the marginal return of that hour spent on it is not that much. So if you are facing such kind of issue, that one thing that works for me is start doing some kind of meditation. So it calms your mindset, the entropy level in your mindset, your distraction kind of mindset that we face, that somehow get managed from that. So try meditation from 5 minutes, 10 minutes is too much. I mean it's really helpful, and 5 minutes are enough. For 5 or 10 minutes meditation is quite enough to have a balanced and calm mindset. So it helps in long term, and try to do that. So it is my personal recommendation. And if you have any other ways to maintain your concentration, then do that. So like some people read and write, so it is a time taking process, reading and writing, but if you are able to manage the concentration well from that way, then do that thing, okay. And so this is how we manage the consistency. So first please understand the proper meaning of it, and then try to implement it. Don't just punish yourself in the name of consistency, because after a week or month you will be kind of the you will be it will not work out, no. So it's better to have an practical rational planning instead of having a rational things and deciding a unimplementable timetable and time plans, okay. So now the one more thing that comes to my mind is like the most of us usually come out from the college lifestyle. So we have a college friends, maybe we have other friends. So you are kind of you are having a separate way as compared to lifestyle that the college guys used to have. So somehow you may be having a feeling of a FOMO, that they are enjoying their life, they are having their life, they are having a beautiful moments in their life, and maybe they are placed and doing some job. So this is the one thing that somehow creates a distraction, or you are not able to enjoy and party that much that you used to do during the college days. So I believe that this is the thing that you need to learn, that please try to learn the way to say no. Somehow the friends maybe call you, may want you to be there, but you need to learn them, you need to communicate with them that this is a little bit different process, UPSC, that demands concentration, that demands a regular and consistent effort. So I need 2 years at least, and then we can do all these things. So be open to it instead of making excuses. No, I have some other work, and still your mind will be there. But so just clearly communicate to your friends that I'm not. It is not that much possible. I can do party to like one time in a month, but I will not. It will not be a weekly thing. So please try to communicate. I always believe that if you have any issues and if you want to if you then the better thing is just communicate this thing properly, and manage your emotions instead of just hiding it out or just suppressing your emotional things. That does not work, and somehow it is a distraction. So that is also a thing that usually when we come out from the college and start UPSC journey, it becomes an issue for us. Okay, so try to do that. I think it works and it works well. Okay, and at the end of the day, I would say that UPSC is a long term thing, so kind of a disciplined lifestyle and calm mindset is the demand of this examination. So work on these things, and even when you have an free time, then mold your habits and practices in such a way that somehow helps you in building up the content that is required for the examination. But I would not say that become a completely, you can't have your fun time. You can have your fun time, and that is needed, because there is a saying, if you want to cut and wood, then the significant time should be invested on sharpening your saw. So invest time on your sharpening your saw means sharpening your mindset that need relaxation. So please do that, and don't create this negative perception of a consistency that is required in this examination, because consistency is needed. But if you start thinking consistency as a negative connotation, then it will not work out, and it will backfire in one way or other. Okay, so please try to do that things, I think. And if I have some other thing, then I will make a second video, and I think I have completed majority of it. And next video will be on how can we attempt the GS1 answers, and I will also cover the GS ethics answer as well, because these are quite, ethics is a very important subject. Then if you have any other suggestions, if you want me to make some other discussion video, then you can just recommend me or message me, and or either you can comment whatever you feel comfortable. Okay, bye, best of luck.